Around 10 years ago, I met this guy, a nurse at work, who kind of caught my attention. We were talking about some patient or some case, and I hadn't met this guy before, but he kind of had a few things to say. His input was very valuable, very, very intelligent fella. We started chatting, and he basically said that he's a doctor. He's actually a doctor. He got his medical degree in Russia. In Australia, he struggled to get his degree back. Became a nurse just so he can feed his family. Had a young family at the time. The doctorate degree needed a whole bunch of tests. His English wasn't the greatest. He managed to finish nursing instead, so he can get a job in the medical field while he's preparing himself to become a doctor. Finally, said it once, said it twice, said it 3 times. I think he said the test 4 or 5 times, something like this. Finally got into medicine, and then kind of went off, and I didn't see him for a few years as he was studying medicine, and then came back. I think he was a rotation in his internship. He came back, I spoke to him, and he looked like a new man. He looked so happy. And, we had a bit of a chat in the corridor as he was kind of running around. For those of you that work in the hospital, you know how busy an intern can be. And so he, took a couple of minutes, spoke to me, and he said to me, Ivan, he was a religious fella. I'll never forget that. He said to me, never stop believing, man. I never stopped believing, even though they were knocking me back once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, whatever the case was. They kept knocking me back in these exams, and these exams were like yearly exams, right? You couldn't sit them every week. So all these years he's nursing, trying to become better at speaking English, better at studying for the exams. And these exams are quite tough to get into medical degree, postgraduate medical degree. Finally he got in, but he said to me, once you have a goal, once your heart is set on a goal, never give up. It's just a matter of time. He kept saying that to me. At this time I was kind of thinking about doing medicine as well. I was kind of on the crossroads where I was going to go in life. This is kind of before my, we had our kids, before I had our kids. And it was kind of a turbulent time. I was kind of like 23, 24. I wasn't really sure where I was going to go, if I was going to continue being a nurse in ED, where I was going to specialize in something else. And so, his words just basically resonated with me. He just basically said, look deep inside, work out what you want, and then just set your eyes on that and never let anybody tell you otherwise. It's just a matter of time. Just keep working at it, keep knocking their head against that wall. Eventually, the world will let you in. God will let you into that, as long as you pay your dues with time. I thought that was a really powerful moment, and for some reason it kind of jumped into my head. This fella, I haven't seen this fella for a number of years now. He's probably already finished his whole training program. He's probably a specialist somewhere now. This was like 10 years ago. Man, time flies. But his words stuck with me because his journey to his goal was very long. I think he was born somewhere in like Saudi Arabia or some place like that. Studied in Russia, got his medical degree in Russia. Somehow made it to Australia. I forget the exact story. But then through that whole process, he thought he was going to basically come into Australia, give his paperwork that, well-respected Russian university. He was going to basically just get his, paperwork, and he can start being a doctor. But Australia didn't recognize that paperwork, and so sent him around in a long journey to become a doctor. But his faith was strong. His belief was strong, and it was just a matter of time. And I remember him saying that it's just a matter of time. And so now, like after all these years later on, I've kind of developed as a man now. I know exactly what I want out of life, and I'm comfortable where I am. But I have similar type of energy about this lifting game. I have a lot of joy thinking about my lifting goals. I have a lot of joy thinking about 300 deadlift, 300 squat, 180 bench press. Those are kind of my ideas, and they look very, very lofty goals, very kind of far away goals. But if you look at how this fella treated his plight in life, he never stopped believing. It's just a matter of time. And that's true. If you think to yourself, man, if I keep rocking up next 15 years, right? Squat every day for them 15 years, or whatever the case might be. Might not be squat every day, but it could be some other freaking program. But you keep rocking up and you keep giving your all into whatever program you're running. I've already done 7 years. Another 10 years, that's 17 years of training. There is no way you're not going to be good. Compared to somebody that's starting out, you're going to be advanced. You're going to be elite. You might not get the world records because these world records are basically being set by people who have put in 10, 15, 20 years into the game and are gifted, leverages and whatnot. But you can't even know that if you are gifted or not unless you actually put that time in 10, 15 years. And you can't put that time in unless it's in your heart, unless you have that energy within you that believes, that wants these goals. And for me, as I'm sitting here thinking about the fella that I met at work, this doctor, and what I'm doing right here, I have this quiet confidence about me, man. No matter what, I'm going to rock up because I enjoyed the grind. I enjoyed the process. I remember when 200 kilos deadlift felt like what this felt like today, 240. I remember how that felt. And I have the same drive. Like my fire in my belly is not extinguished, to an extent at all. Like I still feel hunger, I still feel like I want to do this. And it's not about goals, man. It's not about, accomplishing these arbitrary numbers. It's the process that I love. It's the process. It's that whole warrior mentality, rocking up, discipline, just following that within. And I've said it to my parents, I've said it to my best friends, my wife, all these years, man. Even back then when I was thinking of becoming a doctor, is that the right thing for me? I need something else. Nursing wasn't going to fulfill me. I always knew that there was a fire within me, and I didn't know what the fire wanted me to do. I was kind of restless. And then I started training and I was like, man, this feels so good, man. Like when I'm here, I feel like my fire this is what my belly wants, man. This is what my soul wants. This is what I need to do. And I kept doing it more and more and more. And then I started reading literature. I started reading all these books. And I found squat every day and my mind just lit up with possibilities. Can I really do this every single day? This is what my fire wants. This is what I need. So it's kind of, I was drawn to certain things as I was being exposed to this game. And now here I am, 780 odd days in a row. And still looking forward to it every day. And then that's the key thing, man. Every day for so many days and I'm still looking forward to it. Now, how many blokes, how many ladies in the world can do 700 days of anything if they don't love it? I'm talking about not just 5 days a week, man, 7 days a week. And every chance I get, man, when I have some free time, I spend 3 hours in this damn place. Messing around, thinking about this, that, foot placement, hand placement, deep breath this way, shallow breath, big breath, flare my feet out this way, that way. What's causing the hip pain? Is it this, that, the other? Why does my knee click? Maybe I can, man, 1,000 and probably millions of thoughts I've had about this game, man. So many thoughts. And you can't explain that in any other way other than, I love this. This is just my calling. And, I've heard people say, oh, this can't be your calling, man. Like, this is just a hobby, man. Like, you can't make a living out of this. You can't do it. Like, a lot of people choose a direction in life, what they're going to do with their life based on this money idea. Or, I really want to draw every day. I'm an artist. I like painting, but there's no money in it. So I'll become a truck driver. It's like, what a waste of life, man. What a waste of life. I get it. You might not earn a living doing that, but that doesn't mean you stop doing it altogether because you can't make a living out of it. You do it because your soul needs you to do it, man. You're here for a reason, man. We're all here for a reason. We all need to look inside ourselves and think, what the hell does this body want? What does this soul want to do in this journey that we call life? Don't freaking waste your days doing shit that makes money. Oh, I need to do this career because it makes more money. The first year's salary of an engineer is 120 grand. A nurse is only 60. Therefore, I need to do engineering. It's like, you can't make your career choices based on cash, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm speaking from my experience, and I'm telling you that money's never made me happy. Maybe it's, you're listening to this and you're like, Ivan, you're full of shit. Money makes me freaking happy. The more money, the better. I mean, you might be that guy or that girl, but, I'm not a rich guy by any means. I've got enough to live. But, I don't get excited about paychecks. I don't get excited about, what I get excited about is free freaking time. And money gets you that. Like, you don't need billions of dollars to get free time. You need a little bit of money just to, pay your bills and eat food, and then you got a bit of free time, and then you can do what you love. That's how I view money. But this idea of just accumulating wealth, accumulating your assets, your portfolios, growing an empire and all that, never fancied me. My soul doesn't want that. My soul wants to freaking just spend time with the damn barbell, put it on my back and squat, and thinking about my hip positioning, thinking about what structures are involved for me to get deeper, better, stronger. That's what I want. And it's simple. It might be simple to somebody that's interested in having 100 freaking houses in their portfolio. But to me, that's it. That's my calling. Your calling might be money. I don't want to talk, crap, or, about people that are interested in money, getting rich. That's cool, man. But I'm just telling you, it ain't me. It never was me. So I want to encourage that person that's listening and thinking, I really want to do that, but it's just really shit money, so I'm not going to do it. What are you talking about? Just do it, man. If you love it, do it. Because the chances are, whatever that thing is, if you become really good at it, man, you're going to get recognized. I don't care what it is. If you're a freaking concreter and you do a hell of a freaking job, the reason why I say concrete is because I'm looking at my crooked concrete right now in the garage. But if you're a concreter, you know what I mean? And you pour a slab, and the slab is incredible, right? I don't know how many people get excited about concrete, but when I see a nice slab of concrete, I'm like, well, that's a nice slab of concrete. When somebody else needs a concrete in my family, my friend group, I'm like, listen, I've got a guy for you, man. He poured the hell out of that slab, and he didn't charge me all that much money. All of a sudden, people get around, blah, blah, blah. He's the best concrete guy. But if you take pride in what you do, you're going to go places. You're going to go. It doesn't really matter how meaningless this task might be to you. If you love it, do it, man. And then you're going to get happy because you're doing something you love. And it's just a upward cycle, It's not a bad thing at all. So I'm sitting here to myself. I'm thinking about all these things. And I'm like, it's just a matter of time, man. It's just a matter of time. That's how I look at it, man. This fire in my belly draws me to this garage, to this squat rack. I've had this freaking squat rack now for 8 years, man. It's a beautiful thing to me, man. When I bought this squat rack, I had no idea what journey I was gonna embark on. But I feel like I've grown up in this damn squat rack. Honestly, this squat rack, man, I've grown up in this. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And it's going to be around when I'm 43, 53. It's going to basically see me and my process and my whole life under a squat rack. Guys, the name's on the screen once again. I want to mention everybody that's supported me on Patreon. The names keep pouring in. So it just makes this life in a squat rack more and more doable. I was joking around with my mate the other day. Man, he said to me, squat every day is good, but would you squat twice a day? Hell yeah, I would squat twice a day, man. I remember there was a time where I squatted 3 times a day. I think I did it for a week. I did a whole lot of napping in that period as well because it was really tiring because I was literally working up to every single session. No back off volume, no nothing. It was just, sprint up to a single 3 times a day. Amongst many other things, my core, my strength under the bar, I could literally walk that thing out at 70%. So I would literally walk in and leave the weight. I never did, but I could leave the weight at 70% of my 1 rep max and just get under that bar and just squat it. That's how good my body was, my connective tissue, my body, that's how good it felt. If I had the time, I would definitely embark on that journey. So you guys that are supporting me are bringing that idea closer and closer. The support has been insane. It's just incredible. Incredible that so many people, number one, care about what I have to say. And number two, have it in them to actually put some wind in my sails in that right direction. So everyone that's on the first page and the second page, I really appreciate you guys. Another name popped up last night by the name of Biggie Thumps. I know that's not your name, but I appreciate you, man. I appreciate for the support. It really means a lot to me. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.